Sub Sagittarius, this is Jesse with 44 Astro with a general full moon tarot reading for the full moon coming up on March 25th. This full moon will be at 5 degrees Libra. It's going to be at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's going to be in the 15th mansion of the moon. Ooh, the 15th, that's it. The 15th mansion of the moon is all about making money. Not so much about love, even though it's saying bring love into the situation. But there is a lunar eclipse going on right now. It's going to be on the Libra Aries axis, which is really going to ask us to wonder about the balance in our one-on-one relationships, love relationships, friend relationships, or whether we want to be more self-assertive and doing things our way, or do we want to be acquiescing more to others' assertion and trying to have balance in those relationships. For a Sagittarius ascendant, it's your 10th or 11th house. So the 10th house is the house of your work. So you could be looking at your communication at work. Like, do I want to be more assertive? Shall I let others be more assertive? Those types of things. Do I want to rely on people more, or do I want to do things my own way myself? Those types of things. Your 9th house, what was it, 10th or 11th? So, and your 11th house is the house of your greater social sphere, so it's going to play the same way. Do I want to be more assertive in my relationships, or do I want to let others be more assertive and have this more balance, that's more give and take? With that being said, Sagittarius, I'm going to give you some cards. Bring love into the situation. And it looks like you're crowned by love here. 2 of Cups. Work card. Well, so it definitely could be. Don't focus on the negative. Don't be upset. Don't be depressed. It's easier said than done sometimes. I'm heavy Sagittarius myself. Sagittarius, moon, and ascendant. I have a stellium that goes from Scorpio all the way into Sag. Like almost all my planets are there. Some new idea or new opportunity coming in, or new philosophy, or new thoughts, new clarity. These are 2 major arcanas. So this is big stuff here. This is balance, alchemy, guidance. You know what I mean? Creating from what's around you. And being crossed by the sun. Being in the spotlight. Being able to give out what you've learned. This looks like being able to give out what's in you, like divinely what's in you, like divine connection, and being able to radiate it out. But that can also be very, it can be overwhelming when those types of things happen, when you're getting those kind of downloads, right? Like me, I wake up at 3, 4 a.m. every single night for my entire life. Can't help it. It just happens to me. I think that's when I get my downloads, right? But I've been doing it for so long that I'm kind of used to it. I used to think I was going crazy years ago, until I had my catharsis, and then I kind of realized that it's just kind of the unconscious and the way it works, and it's really like that for all of us. But some of us can be more open than others, right? And this could have something to do with love, right? In the recent past, there's some kind of giving and taking that was going on, or I'm trying to understand the give and take in either most likely a relationship. Like I said, the dichotomy with that eclipse. I mean, it's going to be heavily focused on that anyway. And the unconscious, is work. So it's like the unconscious, you're like, the unconscious influence, I have to work. But the conscious mind is like, but I want to take time to have love, and give love and be in love. And that could be driving you crazy. That could be making you kind of feel tired and focusing on the negative. And in the recent past, you're trying to balance that out, but the situations in the world, you got to pay bills, or you got to do this, or you got to do that. That it's easy for those types of things to fall out of balance. And this card is all about balance in the middle. So you're really trying to find balance. You were in balance recently, or at least you understood the balance. But for some reason, you may get thrown into the spotlight for some reason, or maybe even your love life gets thrown into the spotlight for some reason, and it throws you off kilter. Because getting a lot of attention can suck, right? Even though that may be in the intention, and Sagittarius is, by nature, are the most famous sign, sun sign. They're the most famous, just what it is. So I'm not saying that you're getting famous, but I'm saying it could be something like individuals are focusing on you for some reason because you're in the spotlight for something that you have done, or maybe even just your relationship is in the spotlight right now, and that could be causing stress. Because if you're public like that, you start listening to all the the bull crap that people like to spit at people, because it's easy to judge. It's a whole different thing to think. That's why, I guess what Carl Jung said, it's hard to think. That's why most people judge, right? So when you're the one that's in that spotlight, you have to do all the thinking while they're doing all the judging. So it can be very detrimental if you're not careful. So don't let it get you down too much if that's what's going on. Or maybe it's even at work, right? Maybe something was put on blast at work about your love life, or about someone that you're with at work or got with at work. Who knows? But there's a lot of balance that's trying to be had here. You're trying to get balance. But I think being in the spotlight in some way, it could be just, it's definitely being recognized by others and being orbited by others. That's what the sun does. So there's definitely others around you that's paying attention to you, and that could be throwing you off balance. And you could be like one of those persons that maybe you are famous. I don't know if any famous people be watching tarot readings, but maybe some do. I would wager that if we can think of that, then definitely some are. You've just been focusing on work and not being able to focus on your love life, and then all that attention is like keeping things off balance. But even if it's not like fame level of attention, it could just be even just like a group of people attention, and even that can throw you off kilter and off balance. This is you right now trying to cut through the bullshit. Pardon my French. You're trying to cut through it. You're trying to be clear. And Sagittarius are generally very good at that. Me, I will cut to the truth almost always, regardless of if it's going to hurt your feelings, because the truth is what matters. Yes, it may be a painful truth, but it's still at least the truth. And now to me, that's more respectful than, sugarcoating things and like dancing around the truth so that they feel okay. You don't want to leave someone in delusion. You don't want to leave someone in lies. That's why the truth is very important. But whatever this situation is, that's got you in the spotlight, you are passionate about it, right? Your environment is that you are a passionate individual, and maybe this is something new to you even. Maybe this happens all of a sudden. You get recognized in some way, and you are passionate about this. But it's like lots of attention. It's something new, but there's lots of attention being brought to you, and you're worried about it affecting your love life. Maybe you really love your partner, and you're worried that like this kind of attention could like really like mess that up. But you have to make a final decision about it, right? You have to decide. Are you going to focus on that negativity? Are you going to let it mess with your relationship or your love life? Or are you going to let it keep it from you finding love because you have to focus on the work so much? You have to make a decision. Are you going to go all in on this? Or do you want a more domestic and loving and like normal type life? I mean, some of you may be facing this decision, and you're going to have to make a choice. And again, this is another balance card, right? Jachin and Boaz. That's the two pillars. Pillars of Freemasonry. The pillars of the Kabbalah. Mercy and severity. Right? They balance each other out. And this is what you're looking for. There's some kind of... In all chaos, there is cosmos. In all disorder, there is a secret order. Right? That's what this is. That's another Carl Jung quote. It says the secret order. It's wisdom. You're going to gain a lot from this. I mean, I imagine being in the spotlight will teach you a lot about yourself, no doubt. How you can handle that type of thing. It will teach you a lot about yourself. There's a lot of secret wisdom to be gained here. There's a lot of like, because this is very secretive, like stuff behind the veil that you can't necessarily see yet. But there's a lot of wisdom that can be gleaned from this. And if this is some kind of like spiritual messaging, because it can be with the temperance here with the sun, and with the high priestess here, then you just kind of let it flow through you, right? Try not to control it too much, and don't let it get. It can be overwhelming, but don't let it get you like upset, focusing on the negative. Be open. Be positive. Be responsible. Okay, Sagittarius. Oh yeah, and bring love into the situation. I think if you can bring love into the situation, and that's what this is. Whether it's your actual relationship or if it's just love in general. And when you're in the spotlight, it can be hard to do that because you're going to get love with the hate, right? You're going to get every dissenting opinion, all types. But if you can do this, if you can keep even keel, and you can bring love in the situation, and that is the secret wisdom, that's the secret sauce, then you're going to be just fine. And it looks like that's what's exactly going to happen. You got to see it for what it is, though. And this is you right now, so I think you're going to do that. And this is on the bottom, more clarity. All right, Sag, that's all I have for you. Please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it helps put the algorithm forward. It'll share my videos more, and it'll give me the watch hours I need to get monetized, and then I'll make more videos for you. But either way, you don't have to if you don't want to. I'm just grateful that you're here, and I hope to see you here again, Sagittarius. Happy full moon.